they were like, yeah, we could just cater the whole thing for $1,000, like a taco truck, whatever. I'm like, there's no chance. And someone's like, oh, throws out McDonald's or whatever. I'm like, I could just eat $1,000 worth of McDonald's, like as a pure joke. Then Mike O'Malley is talking to Dan Blazarian and tells Blazarian about it. Blazarian tweets about it and it goes viral, you know? So I bet 10,000 on it. Okay. So we went in to the first, store and I'm wearing the Hamburglar costume.
Wait, why are you wearing the Hamburglar costume?
Just because it was funny and it was part of it.
Part of the bet. Okay.
Right.
Sorry,
yes.
I forgot about that part.
Right. Yeah. What's really funny about it is on the way to that first McDonald's, Mike O'Malley, who was driving me there, gets a speeding ticket on one of those traffic cams. So now in his Jeep, you can see him there and me in the hamburger costume next to him as the picture of the speeding ticket, which most people don't know.
I'm going to need that photo, please.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They never catching us slacking. Me and my buddy.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Table One podcast. Co-host Art Parmann, other co-host Justin Young. And today, very special guest, Mike Noori is with us. You prefer Mike or Michael, by the way?
Mike.
Okay, I thought so.
Or Noori, either one.
Or McNoori.
Yeah.
Or
that.
Good. All right. Noori just sounds more natural. I think that's what I've always called you. But like, I kept on every time I clicked on like anything on the internet, it always said Michael, the full name. I was like, oh, that sounds weird. You're definitely not a Michael. I know that.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
No.
Now I feel better about everything. Thank you for being here. First and foremost, really appreciate it. And you did say you've seen a couple of the episodes, and we definitely appreciate that. We are well over 10,000 subscribers now, Art.
Nice.
How pumped are you?
Medium pumped. Yeah.
All right.
Good milestone.
Half a chub.
Yeah. Art really wants to hit. What's your goal for the year? What do you think?
Ooh, what did I say?
It was an absurd number, I think.
15 maybe, or 20?
Oh, come on.
30?
Yeah, it might have been like something like 25, 30. Yeah, let's get us there, guys. Come on. We just had Chainsaw on. We got Mike Noori. Either way. All right. So help us out with this, all the social media. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But either way, since you've seen a few of them, what we like to do is kind of take the viewership back and just kind of discover how people kind of get into gambling, poker, like that's stupid lifestyle that we pick and choose every single day we wake up.
Yeah. So I found poker 2003, 2004. I was watching the World Poker Tour on the Travel Channel, like season 1.
So sexy.
And then, so like me and my brother and a couple of our friends were watching and we're like, whoa, this is like cool. So then we got out like, nickels and dimes and quarters and just started watching what they were doing. And like, they explained the rules, at the start of the episode. And we were like, this is great. So that's kind of where it took off from.
All right. That's sexy. How old are you first? Let's
36.
36. Okay, so you were
like 14, 15.
I got you. I'm with you. That's impressive. How did you guys stumble across the Travel Channel? Because like it's not a.
I know. I don't know. It's just pure
right
luck.
After House Hunters.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if that was the thing back then, but it could have been.
I mean, very close, honestly. But yeah, I have my own story with it. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was like such an awful moment. I was like flipping through the channels. I was about to go on job interview and in Clemson, or right near Clemson, South Carolina, trying to go to bed, and I was flipping through, and I was just like, poker's on TV on the Travel Channel,
right? And
I was like, well, I need to go to bed, and then like 3 hours later, because they were like running back to back, I was like,
it felt like it was probably on all the time.
Yeah, it made me late to my interview. Sadly, I did not get the job.
Or luckily,
probably worked out for the best.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? Either way,
where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That's just
nice question, Art.
You said Clemson, and I was thinking that's on a different. I don't know. That's far away from here.
Well, that's where I was.
Yeah.
All right. So, how many people was in this kind of group of friends?
So we kind of started. There was 3 of us to start, and then we told our friends about it, and it kind of grew to like 6 or 7, and we started having home games at my house in the garage, which was great. And then so we just all like absolutely loved it. And then it kind of grew from there, like in our middle school, high school. And then we started having like $20 tournaments with like 20 people or 25 people, and it would rotate at certain people's houses.
Sick.
So that's kind of where it started. And then there was one day at school, and I can like vividly remember this. And one of my friends goes, you can play poker on the internet. And I'm like, whoa, what? And then after that, we were just like all instantly hooked.
All right, guys, quick break from the podcast. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit about Phenom Poker. There's a lot of new things coming up and going on right now. Chinese poker is new on the market right now. Lots of different variants. In addition, MTTs are back up and running with a lot going on.
That's right. And if you use code TABLE1, you can actually get a 150% deposit bonus up to $3,000. And it's never been easier to get on. You can go directly from your bank account to Coinbase to on, or if you're familiar and comfortable with USDT wallets, it's easier than ever. So come play with us.
Come get that rake back.
Sweet, sweet Table One rake back. Back to the show.
I would just like start playing like free rolls and that kind of stuff. And then it would be great because you could sell, I was also playing play money chips, but you could sell the play money chips back then for cash.
Right. Yeah.
So we would do a lot of that and like try and run it up. I was great at running it up to whatever and then dusting it all off instantly. So yeah, we saw that there was Party Poker in, I don't know, 2004, 2005, was giving $50 if you just signed up. No promotion, nothing, just here's $50. So we would all of us sign up. We all blew through all of that. But then on your desktop, you could just change like your username back then. And then it thought it was a completely new person. And then so we would just keep running $50 through to try and run it up and hit it with new screen names and whatever. We did run one up to from 50 to 12,000.
Jesus.
Wait,
but
you in high school at this point?
Yeah, we're in high school. Yeah, we're in high school.
Fuck yeah, this is great.
We ran one of the 50 up to 12,000. And then we like emailed support. You could also call support back then too.
Hey, my name.
Right, exactly.
Noori.
Right, yeah, exactly. We're like, hey, can we change the address on this to this name or whatever? Instantly frozen, still there.
Wait, so the 12K got locked up?
Yeah, it's gone forever.
To sign up, didn't you have to have a credit card or anything?
No, you just fill in, whatever, like a name, address, screen name. I still remember that screen name from that one because we were trying forever to get the money back.
What
got
was it?
Mr. Unlucky 23.
And you were.
That is pretty unlucky.
Yeah.
You won a bunch of money,
Right.
And you can't touch it.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Damn. So I guess that's where they get all the $50 to give away from.
Yeah, no
So they periodically freeze people's accounts and don't give them the money.
Just wait for
Exactly.
a stupid 16-year-old and be like, we're keeping all of this. That's fine.
Yeah.
Were you beating the home games or the $20?
Yeah, I was like probably the best or second best of that group. Like I was mashing everybody.
How'd you get
in
good?
that. I think I just have a natural ability for cards. Like me and my grandma would play like gin and rummy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I just kind of had a natural kind of knack for it, I guess I would say.
No books or anything?
No, not originally. I probably got a couple of books, but maybe read like 5 pages and was like,
I'm smarter than
I
this
got
guy.
it.
right, yeah.
Figured it out.
I know what
Right.
you're saying here. Was it only Texas Hold'em at the time for you? Because that's all it was on the Travel Channel.
Right, yeah. So it was just No Limit Hold'em for a long period of time, basically until I turned 18. But we would be going and playing at the Indian casinos at 16 years old. So the Indian casinos by us were 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 of them that were, one was like 90 minutes and one was like probably like closer to 2 hours away. So like Fridays after school, we would go to one of them, which was Casino Morongo. They don't have a poker room anymore.
I've actually been there.
Yeah, so it's like on the way to Palm Springs. And there used to be a big security guard tower. And the poker room back then was massive. It was in a big glassed off case, whatever. And we would just wait for the security guard to like look the other way and we would just dive in. Because once you were in, you were good.
Were you ever stopped? I mean, how do you know?
Well,
this
yeah,
for
some
certain?
people got stopped.
Okay.
And then they would just hang out at the A&W until we were done.
They wouldn't wait for him to turn his back again.
Well,
And
because
then
we would come in one car, and it'd be 4 or 5 people, and you just have to wait. If you didn't get in, you didn't get in that day.
Every man for himself.
We used to play 1-3 no limit, and it was $100 min buy-in, $100 max buy-in, and they only played with blue chips, so only dollar
Ooh,
chips.
That's kind of sexy. I like
Right,
that.
so you got to build massive towers. They wouldn't even let you get red chips or $100 chips. You had to play in blue.
I like that a lot.
So that was incredibly fun. And then we'd also go to the other casino, but it was Chumash Casino, like up in Santa Barbara area. But that one, there was actually a guy waiting there. So we went down to downtown LA to get fake IDs. Okay.
Mhm.
But so everyone else got one for 21, but I was the genius. I was like, I'm just going to make myself 18. Who makes a fake ID to be 18 years old?
Yeah.
It was the shittiest thing ever. It was like,
McLovin.
no, it was more like National Lampoons where you literally just went around a corner and like
Yes.
did this. And then, oh my God, that ID was so shitty. Like after like a couple of times, you could like almost like peel it apart. It was terrible, but it worked.
It worked.
That's all that mattered. And it worked every time. So smart of you for
Right.
picking 18.
Right.
Your buddies that picked 21, and did they get them confiscated or Nick?
No, I mean, I don't think they were really, I don't think he was like looking at it, but he was like, okay, fuck it.
Just enough to not lose his job like right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it is fucking genius. But did your
Right.
other buddies have some alcoholic dreams as well, and you did not?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were more motivated by that potential, but I mean, we're also 16. Like, it's, we're still like,
Really grown up the mustache.
right, exactly. We're like, let's wait a couple of years for those to get the next step up to go like play at Commerce or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how aware were your parents during all this as far as your exploits?
I mean, we would have the home games there at like our house, whatever. They understood. Like, my dad's never gambled $1 in his life. My mom doesn't really understand or get it. So they were like aware, but kind of also oblivious to the stakes that we were playing. Like, even if it was like $10, $20, like,
All right, but they made you guys Tostitos or dip and stuff
Whatever,
like that,
yeah.
send it out to you. But like
Right.
once you got an accounts online, were they aware of any of that?
no.
And these trips to these casinos, not aware of any of that, I would imagine.
Yeah, we would leave like school early, like on Friday at like, noon, and then, try and get there before traffic, and then try and get back like before midnight.
Did you just skip school, just like go?
Well, sometimes we get let out early on
Okay.
Fridays. Yeah, we were on. The only reason why I picked up golf actually was because you got to leave early on certain days to go like practice, and then we have matches too. You leave early. So the only reason why I got into golf was my brother was really good. And then during high school, I could be on the team, and you get a little more freedom being on the team, even though I was the worst player on the team. So normally they carry.
You were practicing a lot though.
Yeah,
At the
exactly.
old
Right.
casino.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You're not getting any better, but man.
Right. Yeah. You would count 5 scores, and you would either play 6 or 7, depending on whatever the match was. My score never counted.
It's like me at a scramble.
I say I played golf with you plenty of times. At no
Right.
point did I expect you to say I played golf in high school.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. I played.
Yeah, you were the mascot. I
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah. Exactly.
So at some point you approach graduation from high school. Is there any like big run-ups on that run before you whatever?
Yeah.
move on?
I mean, so I graduated at 17. So we by this point we were playing like slightly bigger, but again, we would just bust it, and then one person would transfer to the other person, and we'd hopefully keep enough in the circle to play. But I mean, we're playing tiny stakes. We're playing like $1, $2 tournaments,
Mhm.
5 cent, 10 cent online, whatever. We're just hoping to keep enough in there to so that we all can play, basically. But then when I was 18, I made, a screen name on like Full Tilt and Poker Stars and Ultimate Bet, and, then started kind of playing more and kind of building up from there. Played tournaments a lot, and then a little bit of Nolan Hold'em cash games, but that was kind of boring to me. So that's kind of how I ventured into like the mixed game thing. I started playing like $3 and $6 Omaha high-low.
Yeah.
Just as like to break up the tournaments. So like I would play tournaments like on a Sunday or whatever, and then if I'd busted those or got down to a little bit, and I was like, here, let me try learning this game and whatever. So I then started with Omaha high-low, but then stud games, and then the draw games after that.
Did you go to college in between, or?
Yes. So I went to San Diego State, and the only reason why I chose that college, I got into like 10 colleges or whatever, like on the West Coast, was there was 3 Indian casinos that were 18 and over to play poker at.
All right.
So
the plan was always as much poker as possible.
right, yeah. So like I was at school at San Diego State, but I would just go and play as much poker as possible. Like that's what I wanted to do, but I would still kind of be in school. I remember I final tabled the Sunday warm up, and like none of my roommates had a clue what was going on, or like they just didn't comprehend exactly what was going on. And I end up getting, I don't know, 7th or so probably. And then, I tell them how much money I won. They're like, oh my God, it was like probably $10,000 or something like that. And, they're like, we need to go celebrate. So I literally went and bought everyone Chipotle. And then
Classic
we got a lot of cases of Natty Light. And they thought I was just like,
You were hot shit.
right, exactly.
And
But
you were. I mean, $10,000 is literally infinite
right,
money.
right, yeah, exactly.
So, was going to college more to appease your parents, or
Yeah.
just as like a status quo type thing?
Yeah, I mean, the high school that I went to, like, 95% of people went to college.
Wow. Okay.
So like, yeah. So like I was expected to go. So I went into business management. So I just, did it to do it.
I gotcha.
I lasted a year and a half. So, so the final semester, I was like, I'm just going to stack all my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I don't have to I can just go play poker the rest of the days and I'll figure out school whenever.
Mm-hmm.
That was an epic fail because there was no chance I was going to be there at 8 a.m. and, be there until 6 p.m. for 2 days a week. So I was completely just over it. And then I had won a package to PCA for $90.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
So,
sexy. All right.
Yeah. So I went there in 2009. Was unbelievably excited to play and could not sleep the night before because I was like, oh my God, this is like, I'm going to go win $1 million, whatever. By like dinner break, I'm like, can't even keep my eyes open because I haven't slept in forever. And I remember just dusting it off like whatever, like 4-betting all in with absolutely nothing and running into aces. And that was the end of it. And then I played.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So when you inevitably dropped out or decided to find greener pastures, the conversation with your parents had to have happened. How did that go?
My mom was on vacation and she was ready to kill me. Yeah, right. I'm coming back now. You're staying there. I'm like, no, I can't. Here's what I'm doing, and this is.
Where was she? Where was she on vacation? How far she was going to travel to kill you?
She was in Hawaii, actually. So
okay,
far.
all right, a little like 3.5 hour trip.
He had actually decided weeks before, but he's like, I'm calling her when she's in Hawaii.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Mom, you having a good time?
Yeah.
I have some news.
Right.
And
yeah.
how was the bankroll situation? Because when I dropped out of college, I had a giant $3,000 score, and I was like, I'm set for life. I know the future. I'm going to do this.
I probably had 20K.
Okay.
Maybe.
A respectable amount.
Right. Yeah. Maximum 20K. But then I played in a 10K tournament at Bahamas. And obviously I didn't really know many people in the poker world because all of my friends that started with it, everyone else was, outstanding citizens, went doctors, lawyers, whatever. That kind
Losers,
of deal.
I get it.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So so I was the only one from my group to actually pursue poker past 18 years old. So I didn't really know anybody at that time. So I was just like, okay, well, I didn't even know what selling action was or anything like that. So I was just 100%, sure.
Wow, your first 10K, you'd even think to ask your buddies if they wanted to take $50 of it for
right,
fun?
yeah, no, zero.
That's
there.
Cool.
And then I played a 2K tournament afterwards, dusted it, whatever. So now I'm back down to crumbs because I'm just, whatever. I'm trying to win something there,
Mm-hmm.
but no, dusted off of almost all of that 20K.
Yeah,
on that trip? Or?
On that trip, yeah. So that $90 actually because I played 2K side event and some other cash game, whatever.
Man, so that $90 ended up costing you about $5,000 or something.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay. And I was going to say there's a casino there. Did you fall into any pit Pitfalls, as they call it. And getting into the pit?
I was rolling some bones and playing some craps.
Oh, okay.
Craps is so much fun.
Yeah, I know. You can run it up from. It's the best casino game because you can play for nothing like initially, and you can just press it all the way up till whatever you want.
Oh, I know.
Right.
I had about 18 months where I had a problem. Yeah. I still have multiple problems, but like that one's not one of them anymore.
Right.
Craps was the solution and the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a problem at all. Like until it was like 18 months, and like finally I was like, I should probably get my win-loss statement, And I was like, do you want one from the year before? I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, looked at it and was like,
no.
This is a salary.
No.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
That is a bad idea. What my habits were every day.
Yeah.
Just a quick break here, guys. Are you tired of playing with players like this? Not this.
No.
This? Or this?
Or do you want to play with players like this?
Oh, wait. If you like having fun at the poker table, Table 1 is the game for you. We play high stakes, no limit, 100 blinds. And if you want to get into the game, it's actually super easy. We have a website, table1.vegas. You just go to the website, you click get a seat in the game, and fill out the form. It's that easy. It's your name, it's your phone number, it's the date that you're here, and I will personally reach out to you.
And it's only $5K minimum buy-in. Run it up at 2.5 and join us.
All right, so you kind of dwindled after taking a big shot or whatever, and I did see on your card player results, your Hidden Mob, whatever, that you were quite the grinder back in the day from 08 to like, well, geez, for quite a many years. So like a lot of $50 tournaments, $100, $200
right,
tournaments.
200. That's all I really played was those small tournaments. So I would play like a $50 tournament at Saquon or Barona and whatever. Yeah, so then I just from there, I played, small stakes online. And then Chumash Casino had their Central Coast Poker Championship, like in their ballroom. It was like their once a year tournament, had like 500 or 600 runners. And it's like probably $250. So I ended up chopping that, which is not on Hendon Mob. We should probably call them or whatever.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I know people at card player, at least, at least help out there.
Right, yeah. So go look it up, 09 Central Coast Poker Championship. I'm sure there's archives of it somewhere.
Pictures, documentation.
I actually have a picture on my phone of it, but
I'll send it to Justin. We'll put it on the.
We'll put it on right now.
So I won $25,000 in that tournament.
Oh shit! Okay,
fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But it was like a 1 day, like massive turbo with like 500 or 600 people.
It was a 1 day tournament with 600 people.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Right. So I mean, it was just like you start with like 2,000, and then like in 2 hours the blinds are 200 and 400.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
the best.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You found your niche. That's good.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So that
win lots of flips and
that bounced you back to your all-time highs.
Right. Yeah. So that was good. And then so that was 09, and then.
So you were still underage at this point?
No. That I was 20 at this point, almost 20.
But not underage, but under 21.
Under 21.
Legal.
Yeah. But I was legal to actually
The
get
Indian
that.
casinos, he was crushing.
Gotcha.
Right. So I was always so petrified of before when I was under 18 was if we hit a bad beat jackpot, what was I going to do? Because that I was just like, no matter what, if we hit it, I'm just going to walk away and leave like before anyone comes.
Who do we have on here? Devo?
Devo, Brian Devonshire. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I have a great story about him too.
I'm going to let you tell it, but just people should go check it out. It's a great story or it's a great podcast, but he told a story. He was playing underage in a casino. They had one and like, he was set up to win. And like all of a sudden on the turn, he realized that he was going to win this massive jackpot or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, he didn't know what to fucking do. He was just like, what am I can't fold my hand. Like I have quads. Like, and like the river ended up counterfeiting the quads. Or
it's like
that. So he
had ace queen.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Your kicker has to play and whatever. Yeah.
It has to be both cards out of your hands or whatever.
Right.
And like, he got to leave it. But he was like the whole time he's like, I don't even remember betting or calling or anything. I was just like, do I run away? Like,
right.
Like, he's contemplating exits, like looking around and whatnot.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like the king, and he's like, oh, fucking thank God. Like, no, because like, not only that, I mean, like everyone at the table would have got a pretty big chunk of it. So like, it would have been pretty gnarly for him to do it either way.
Yeah. What did he was like, after some thought though, I should have just like, said I don't have my ID and then my brother can come claim it later or something with his ID. But I don't know.
But no, all right.
Yeah. Tell us your Devo story.
Okay, so I had walked. So I turned 21, walked into the Commerce Casino, and went in to play like the $300 08 tournament or whatever. And I see Devo there, and I'm like, I know you. And he goes, how? And I'm like trying to like put two and two together. I was like, you were my camp counselor for Sunday school when I was like 12 or 13 years old. And he goes, where? And I'm like, out just outside of LA, whatever. He's like, yeah, I was there. So then we became friends through that. And, I still talk to him to this day. So
great guy.
Right. Amazing human.
Yeah.
So
whole world. That's great.
Yeah. But I do have a good Bad Beat Jackpot story though.
Okay.
So, after I'd won that tournament, I went up to Vancouver for, somewhere in
more 18
Vancouver.
and up poker.
No, this was 19 and up.
Oh, nice.
So I'm grinding up the levels
up there in Canada.
Right. Yeah. They're 19 and up.
Okay.
And, I get there like late at night. Poker room is packed. Back then, poker was just
booming.
Right. Insane. So I like put my name on a list for, I don't know, probably 2-5 no limit. Tournament the next day. I'm like, I'm just going to go play for a couple hours, whatever. And they just like start a new game. And the Bad Beat Jackpot's like 400,000 there. And it's like the quads over quads. It's not the aces full one. It's the hard one to hit. And so I sit down, we start. Literal first hand, I just fold 8-3 offsuit, and the Bad Beat Jackpot hits. Yeah.
At your table or in the casino?
No. At my table.
That's
the first hand. So I ended up getting $20K was my share from it for just folding the 8-3 offsuit.
Did you rack up right away?
I think we all just left, honestly. There was no more poker to be played at 2-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. So then I played a couple of tournaments there. I cashed one of them, but yeah.
That is a good story.
Right, yeah.
Man, so what was, do you remember what the winner's cut was or the loser's
like
cut?
200K.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, 2-5 no limit. It was like it hadn't hit in forever, but there were so many tables that it would go up so quick.
Were they like hyping it? Did you know what was going on already?
Oh, no, I had no idea. I didn't even know I didn't even know that it was that much until people started going nuts. Because like I didn't have any bearings, any time to like.
You're not a reg there, you know?
Right, yeah, exactly. I literally just showed up. So I had no idea how much. I'm like, how much should we win? Because some of these Bad Beat Jackpots are like 10,000, 15,000, total. So like, you're getting maybe $500 or whatever.
Well, thank God you didn't have to use the bathroom. They might have tried to squeeze you out if you like left.
I know, right?
Did we deal that guy in?
Right,
no.
Exactly. Right,
chop him up.
20 chopped another 5 ways. Yeah, let's do it. No, my ass was seated to that chair.
Oh man, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
So what did that put you to? Do you remember kind of how you were rolling back then?
So that was like.
Just a quick break here, guys. Are you tired of playing with players like this? Not this.
No.
This? Or this?
Or do you want to play with players like this?
Oh, wait. If you like having fun at the poker table, Table 1 is the game for you. We play high stakes, no limit, 100 blinds. And if you want to get into the game, it's actually super easy. We have a website, table1.vegas. You just go to the website, you click get a seat in the game, and fill out the form. It's that easy. It's your name, it's your phone number, it's the date that you're here, and I will personally reach out to you.
And it's only $5K minimum buy-in. Run it up at 2-5 and join us.
What was that? 09, late 09. So that's probably, I don't know. I had like 50K to my name, 60K, something like that.
All right, that's impressive.
And you're coming up on, you were 19 then?
Yeah, almost 20.
Okay, so not quite coming up on your first being
was
able to
20.
play the World Series of Poker.
No, right.
I'm sure that was in your head though.
Right, yeah. I was actually, so obviously the World Series of Poker in the summer, my birthday's in September, so I had to wait all the way through to the next year. So my first World Series was 2011.
Okay.
Gotcha.
When you did turn 21 though, did you have like a first event that you're like, I'm going to this real casino now?
Yeah, so I walked into the Commerce Casino on my 21st birthday.
Where the chips give you cancer.
Right, yeah. It's a cesspool. So I played back then when Commerce was like the thing, they had 4 tournament series a year. LAPC, obviously the biggest one, but then they had one in May, September, and November. And so I started playing there, and that's where I met Devo.
Mhm.
Like in those small little $300, $200 tournaments, and I'd play that, and then play a little bit of cash games. So then that's when I kind of started to learn more games, and I had, a little bit of mixed game knowledge then, but thought I knew more than I actually knew, and
Well, yeah, like,
whatever.
all your friends, you didn't have a friend group to really bounce off ideas. Or
No,
that stuff.
but
Just
then
trial by fire.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So then I had met some people like Devo and some other friends there, Matt Savage, who introduced me to a bunch of people because he saw I was coming and playing a bunch of the tournaments. So that was good. And then my first World Series, again, I don't know about like selling action or anything like that now still. So I had, whatever, 40,000, something in that, whatever, mid 5 figures.
Mhm.
Go to the World Series, lose a bunch just in satellites, you name it. I had like $17,000 left.
Ooh.
I played the PL08 5K all on my own. I got like 9 or 10 off the money, and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
You're getting close and you're like, this is my out. I'm getting out. We're getting it back.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's what I was thinking, but no.
I bet you still remember what hand you had when you busted.
I barely remember like any hands, and there's like 5 or 6 hands that like stand out to me in my poker career. That one, the first time I busted the main event. So I've played the main event every year since I turned 21. Haven't missed 1 year. Down a lot, but
Not more than me. I got you.
yeah. I think I'm like 2 for 15 or 16 now.
That's adorable.
Yeah. I know.
All right.
Thank you. Right.
Sorry, I'm like 2 for 23, I think.
Okay. Well,
With both of them in cashes.
well, yeah, me too. I've cashed for like 45K.
Yeah.
So
I think I got 35 under my belt.
right. Yeah.
We get it. You both suck.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah.
At the main event.
I know. Yeah. That one specific type of poker.
Okay, so you bust that 5K.
I bust that 5K. I get it all in. I didn't have very many chips left, so I'm short. And I get it all in with like ace, king, deuce 4 or something with
That's
a
an
suit.
amazing hand.
Well, I know, but I'm against
I
the
they had to call
9-9
it.
deuce against the 9-9 deuce deuce. I'm just saying they
They had to
get
call
called.
it. I understand. I
Right,
got you.
exactly. Yeah. So they had to call, and the flop came like queen 10-9, and I was just dead. Right.
gross.
Yeah. So I busted that, and then I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna play the main event.
All on your own again?
Yeah.
Sure.
I always said that if I had $12,000 to my name, I would still play the main event
Yeah.
on my own if I could. And it sounds like you were there and you decided
Yeah,
the same
right.
thing.
So this is another one of the hands I remember. So I can't tell you any of my main event bust outs except the first one.
Mhm.
Like I couldn't even tell you what happened last year. Like I have a vague recollection, but no.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, I remember last year, but yeah. No.
Right. Yeah.
Like my first one for sure stung the most.
Right. Yeah. So I got all in on day 2 with pocket 3s. It was 3 and 600. Got in like 6K or whatever
Mhm.
against Phil Locke's ace queen and queen on the flop, and see you later.
Phil Lock busted me 1 year too.
Man.
Wow.
I don't like him very. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You're fine. Come on the podcast, Phil.
Yeah. So then that happened. And then one of my friends I was there was like, hey, let's just like, he's like down to crumbs too. He's like, let's go to Reno. Reno has a small like $100 series, like Reno soft, like let's go up there. So I go up there. We like kind of break even in there. He felt himself completely. Like he's 0. And then I was like, well, there's this new type of tournament down in LA that the bike is running. It's called the Mega Millions. And this is before, like, this was like the pure iteration. Now it's turned into some crazy
I know.
nonsense,
Yes.
whatever. This was the pure $150, 20 flights. That was it. It got like 18,000 people.
Yeah. You couldn't just like now you can like buy yourself in a day,
two or
something.
whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever.
I've never heard about this.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes.
Okay.
So, but this was the pure first iteration of it. And he's like, I have no money. I'm like, well, I got a couple $1,000s left. It's $150. Like, let's just go fire. I'll take like, so then I've learned what action was. I learned what buying action was, but I didn't want to sell any of myself at that point. So
You were just buying someone else into a $150 tournament when you have
$300.
$3,000.
$3,000. Yes,
Good for you.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right. Well, I was lending him half, and then I was buying half.
Okay, all right.
So like, whatever. But so we blast through all of our bullets. We're down to the last flight. Okay. And we both max late reg, like completely over it. Like, well, fuck, we'll figure out what to do. I'll go live with my parents again or whatever, and figure it out. Go back to school, whatever. So I like bust the first orbit and go home, and I go back to my parents' house. I'm like, because like I was traveling a bunch back then. So I was living at my parents, but I was also in Vegas here. Right. Yeah. So I went back there and I was like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? And he texted me that night, hey, I bagged. I was like,
oh, talk dirty to me.
Right, exactly. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, still like it's $150 tournament.
Min cash is probably like $300.
Yeah, $200, whatever. He then bags day 3. And I'm like, ooh, this is getting a little interesting. Or sorry, he bags day 2 and then he bags day 3. And I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. So the payouts at this final table, okay, you'll never see anything like this again. First, $340,000. Second, and this is a $150 tournament, mind you. Second, $140,000. And then $100,000. Ninth was $7,500.
Oh my God.
Okay, but so he's down to the final 9. Okay, and I'm like,
so you're back either way, which is nice.
Yeah, right. 3750.
We're back,
170,000. Okay,
same thing.
So
God, this was everyone at the table. Oh my God.
So then I'm gonna go down and sweat and I also want to be there to collect the money too.
Yeah, that's right.
So I go down there. And, I've learned about ICM and all these other things. So I get down there early. I come to my computer. I'm like, I'm going to make a 9-way chop for them. I'm just going to pull up all the things. It's a $150 tournament. Like, these people are going nuts. I'm like, so I get there early. I like put up all the numbers like before the tournament director gets there. As everyone's coming in, I'm like, hey, do you want to chop? This would be your number. Okay.
They're like, who are you?
Right. Exactly. I'm not even in the tournament.
I was like, I work for the casino.
We take a small commission for our services at ICM Corp.
Right. So my friend, Greg Sessler, who was one of the first people I met in poker, he goes and talking to him the night before or whatever. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to, pull up this, whatever, because nobody else has a clue. They're just like, oh, yeah, 70,000. Great. Whatever. I'm not trying to get one over on anyone. I'm just like, give me 30,000. I'm like stoked, And so everyone at the table agrees. Okay. But Greg is late. Okay. And I'm like, well, we need Greg here to like do it. And he walks in. They wait for him too, which I don't know. Right. Yeah. He walks in. I'm like, Greg, do you want the 70,000 deal? Everyone else has agreed. He goes, he's hammer drunk. Okay. This is like noon. He goes, no deal. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I just see the writing in the wall. Here comes 3K.
No.
So 9th bus, okay, and 8th bus. So now we're up to like 12.5 because it was like 7,500, 10, 12.5, or 15, somewhere in that range. Like,
look at the numbers now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. But 9th busting doesn't really change that much because it's such a small number in comparison. Yeah. So it's like, I'm like,
well, maybe your buddy sobered up. I don't know. Shit.
No, he ordered another drink at the table.
Yeah, fair. I don't understand, but I get it.
Yeah. Shocking.
Fucking alcoholics.
So he goes and 9th bus, 8th bus. There's 7 left. He get another one of my hands that I'll remember, even though I didn't play this one. He gets all in 5s versus ace 10. Flop comes 10 high. I'm like, oh my God. Turn 5.
Hey.
So then
that's fucking like $50,000 of equity. Probably.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like my life was like flashing before my eyes. And like they had like the little like the table, but then they just had like rows of chairs, like not like around the table. It was just rows. So like, it's hard to see like if you're not in the front row or whatever, what's going on. So then that happens. And then I'm like, Greg, you need a chop now. Like, we don't want 25,000 now. We can lock up like 80 or 90K. And he's like, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So then they chop either 5 or 6-handed.
Oh, thank God.
Don't remember exactly how much. He gets like want to say like 80 or 90,000, $150 tournament.
Fuck yes.
And
That
then
is
they
awesome.
and then they gave like first like an extra 40K and second like an extra 20K.
Okay, so there's still something to play for.
Right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think there was always going to be something to play for because it was like a big deal for it.
Yeah. Was that based on the tournament director or the casino kind of chiming in and be like, come on, we have to make a big deal?
I think so. Yeah. Right. Yes. Because it was their like brand new marquee deal, and like I think that's why he wanted 340,000 for first, and whatever.
Right.
So he ends up getting second for like 110K. I'm like, ooh, we're back, baby. Right? Yeah. Exactly. So I then play a 1K horse that same series.
Yeah, because you're rich
second.
now.
Right, exactly. So I get second in that tournament for like 17 or 18K. I'm like, ooh, I'm
All-time
back.
highs.
Right, yeah. So then I started playing poker at Hollywood Park, and we would play 40, 80, 08. And I played that like forever, and I did really good in that. That game was incredible. That was $10 chips side to side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
It started, a guy was in his 90s, would come and play, like start at like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and he was like the game starter. And, everyone knew he was showing up at 9 o'clock. We all show up at 9 or 10 o'clock, whatever. And he'd play like 2 hours, and then that's it. But the game would go because of him, and then everyone would stay. Nobody would quit. There wasn't like the game was over after he played. Like, he
much
was
respect, then. That's awesome. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, the game was better. It's like just as good. It didn't matter.
Right.
But he was the catalyst for this game started. When he died, the game died. But I played a lot. I put in a lot of hours in that, did really good in that, then started learning mixed games. And then back then at Commerce, you were able to move up stakes. Like, you used to be able to play. There used to be a 30-60 game, 40-80, 60-120, 75-150, 1-2, 4-8. You could actually like build your roll up and like not have to go from 20-40 to 2 and 400.
That's right.
So it was a lot easier back then to like build up a bankroll from that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Sorry, I don't. I have to promote the pod as much as possible.
Yeah.
Go back and watch Freddie Deeb's guys. He has a great story about how I think he showed up to the casino with like $1,500 and ended up running it up to like 110,000 in one day, basically doing the same thing. But I think he started playing like 5-10 limit and ended up playing like 400, 800 like limit as well.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Somewhere up there. But you could. I mean, yes. In one day, you could go play whatever. I mean, back then during LAPC, there was 40, 80, 08 with a half kill for 61-20, and there were like 4 or 5 tables running. Like, that whole top section, which is completely eliminated now, in just baccarat tables and blackjack tables.
That's kind of sad.
I know.
I haven't been there
in
in
so
long.
I haven't been there since before COVID.
Ditto. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I haven't been there since like 2019 or like 2020, that last LAPC.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time I was there. I went in to actually cash in some chips like 4 years later. And I was like, oh my God, like, what has this place become? And the smell, oh my God.
It finally matches the interior of the souls of the
yeah.
Sorry. I actually used to love the Commerce. And like I don't
know. I mean, that's where I cut my teeth and all that. Like, all of those things. Like, that's how I learned to play mix and draw and all those things. And 1 in 200 stud against people who were, speaking in Farsi and saying what they had to each other, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
they were that bad.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Right.
I guess before we move past, because it sounds like you kind of figured it out at this point and you had a little bit more stability, but you're kind of a renaissance man of gambling. You're known a little bit for your prop bets.
Oh,
too.
I got lots of those.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're most famous for your McNoori, your McDonald's bet against.
That was a epic fail.
I want to. How did the bet get started?
Okay, so there's a long backstory here that led up to this, and then it went viral, and then whatever. But so Matt Savage puts on an annual golf tournament every year, and I've been going to that tournament since like 2013, I think 2014, somewhere in that range. And so you meet a lot of people, great cast of characters. Like, you really want a camera crew following around that tournament for that week. So once a week, he does it all. Met a lot of my friends through Matt in the golf tournament, whatever. Matt's like, hey, do you play golf? I was like, oh yeah, I play golf, but I hadn't played since I was 7. Right. Yeah, I played in high school. He's like, oh, you fit right in. Right. Yeah, exactly. So then I started playing again, whatever. That's 5 years later, 6 years later. But so we're in a group chat and they're discussing about catering, okay, for the golf event. And they were like, yeah, we could just cater the whole thing for $1,000, like a taco truck, whatever. I'm like, there's no chance. And someone's like, oh, throws out McDonald's or whatever. I'm like, I could just eat $1,000 worth of McDonald's, like as a pure joke, not anything to do that or whatever. Just a pure joke. And everyone's, giving me shit, whatever. Then Mike O'Malley, who's good friends with Savage and in that circle, is talking to Dan Blazarian and tells Blazarian about it. Blazarian tweets about it and it goes viral. And I'm like, fuck, well, now I gotta try. So I bet 10,000 on it. Okay. So some people that I was getting really bad messages after I threw in the towel about you never were going to do it, whatever. I lost 10K doing it.
Like people that had side action were pissed, you mean?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That bet on me. I'm like,
I mean, yeah, I think 10,000 and your tummy hurting for quite a while is
right. Yeah, exactly. Enough
punishment for what you had to go through. Sorry for all the side action people.
Right. Yeah, I know. Sorry. So that happened, and then we were doing it. The golf tournament was in Arizona that year, so it was also 110 degrees in May too. And
this is before or after the golf the golf outing?
This is before. This is like a couple of days before the tournament starts.
Oh, wait, you were going to do the bet a couple of days before?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, because everyone's there.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, I get it, but fuck, man, you're gonna fuck yourself up for the golf tournament.
Oh, too. I know. I was dead for the golf tournament too. On top of that, so I had drank too much the night before, and
why not?
Because I was nervous, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Who eats more than when they're hungover? So might as well get started right.
So actually, so we went in to the first store, and I'm wearing the Hamburglar costume.
Wait, why are you wearing the Hamburglar costume?
Just because it was funny and it was part of it.
Part of the bet. Okay,
right.
Sorry, I forgot about that part.
Right. Yeah.
What a dumb question.
Justin's going as that
actually,
today.
what's really What's really funny about it is on the way to that first McDonald's, Mike O'Malley, who was driving me there, gets a speeding ticket on one of those traffic cams. So now in his Jeep, you can see him there and me in the hamburger costume next to him as the picture of the speeding ticket, which most people don't know.
I'm going to need that photo, please.
It's in the archive somewhere. We can pull it up.
Okay.
But then I go in
a getaway car with a hamburger.
Right. Yeah. So I ordered $90 worth of stuff. And my strategy was so you couldn't order Diet Coke. I couldn't just drink 800 Diet Cokes or whatever. There's a bunch of stipulations in there or whatever. So I'm I'm just going to get some apples to start with and then just mash it up and make it like apple juice. That was my first strategy. Get guacamole, some bacon, some of the side things or whatever. So I get through, I don't know, a decent amount, probably $50 worth. Decent amount.
Almost done, basically.
Right. Yeah. And
amazing.
I'm there's no chance this is happening. I had got some chicken breasts and some stuff and I was just this ain't happening. There's just no chance. Take my money.
So you quit after $90, essentially?
Less than 90. I didn't even finish the first order.
Okay.
So I was and then I still between the hangover and eating that small amount of food, I finished probably dead last in the golf tournament.
So what was the action like? Because believe me, I know this golf tournament Savage puts on every year. I've not been, but I'm very aware of the gambling that goes on there.
Oh yeah.
How uncomfortable was it with half the people hating you at this point? Because I know basically at this point, I'm assuming that everyone half the people have action.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of people bet against, so they were very happy.
So that's what I'm saying. Half the people hate you,
right? Yeah, I think it was more against there than the outsiders. So it went viral. Radio stations were calling me, asking me for interviews and stuff. I'm no.
Just because I put on a costume doesn't mean I want attention.
Right, exactly. So
I'll wait until a prestigious outlet like the Table One podcast asks for me to come on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, you guys got some nuggets that nobody else got, so there you go with it.
McNuggets, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. A little late up there.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, hit me with another one. I need more props.
Okay. Well, So one of them pre that was I had lost. We were playing Black Gold, which is close to the Commerce. And this is way back. This is 2011, 2012, somewhere in that range. Like I just started picking up golf again. I had got we like played like relatively small stakes, but I was terrible. I shot like 110 or something like that. Awful. I had lost like 3K. And I talked to Matt Savage, Mike O'Malley, and then another guy, Spencer Moeller. I'm like, what do I have to do to not pay? And they're like, well,
Zip? No. Sorry.
They're like, you can walk back to the Commerce if you want. And if you're there before midnight, we'll let you out. Okay.
Was it complete free roll?
It's about little over 30 miles, and you have to go through the hood.
I was going to say, like, Commerce is not exactly an easy place to walk to,
right?
from
And
any
it's
fucking
from,
where.
right? Exactly. And well, I'm coming from east of Commerce too, so it's even a little sketchier.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
And well, I'm like, 3,000 is 3,000. Sure.
It's like that.
Wait, were you
t-shirt.
in your golf shoes still?
Yeah.
It's like that T-shirt. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Right. Exactly. So
I guess you
I
can't
end
get
up
robbed.
making it back at like 11:30.
Oh shit!
So
All right.
I get my money back. Great. Okay, whatever. And then, so there's like, railbirds there that are sweating. It was on Periscope or some weird app before. Like this is like 2011, 2012 in that range. Like,
They're streaming your long walk.
they're streaming it, Savage's, and Savage goes on it. He has $5,000 on him too.
What the?
When I have zero. Yeah.
That is fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So a car had pulled up to me at part of the walk, okay?
Sure.
And the guy rolls down the window and hands me a protein bar and some water.
And then he says, "Give me the money."
Right. I'm like,
Still rooting for you.
I'm
but-
like, I have no money, like, whatever.
But you have
And it was
golf
like,
shoes
I mean,
on.
there's like 20 people watching this thing, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's one of those old apps, whatever. But yeah.
That's a good one.
So I had made it back, and then I needed to get my car. Because I left my car there. Nobody took my car back. So
well,
I
you know
had
the way.
this,
Turn
like,
around.
I had this railbird. I was like, here's $50. Like, can you like take me to my car? Pull up to the golf course, chain link fence, locked. And this is like the opposite direction of where I live. So it's like, 30 miles that way, and I live like 40 miles north of where Commerce is. I'm like, hey, can you just take me home? And then he's like, yeah, sure. Like $50 to him was like a lot, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I have one of my friends driving the next day down there, but it's like 70 miles in LA traffic, couple hours, whatever. It's like, this probably wasn't worth 3,000.
Very nice.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. Another good one is, and this is related to Savage Golf Tournament again. Group chat, 60 people, whatever.
Degenerates. Yes.
I was with Savage in Florida playing golf with him. I was there for first time I ever went to Hard Rock. I don't really travel. I traveled like as like a, early 20s person, but I don't travel for poker
Ditto.
hardly
Yeah.
anymore. Right. So like almost next to zero. But so I'm there in Florida and we're playing golf there. And it's like one of those like charity events where you like, there's certain things you have to do on the on tee boxes to either get strokes or mulligans and whatever. So one of them is throw a football through a little hole. And so Savage gets out his video, of course, and awful, like pathetic. And, puts the video in there, whatever. And this older guy is like chirping off on me about like whatever. I'm like, somehow one thing leads to another. And now I'm playing him for 25,000 one-on-one basketball at SI, which is in.
Wait. The origin of this is you were trying to throw a football through a tiny hole, and it ended in you playing an old man in basketball for 25,000.
Yes.
I wish.
Old man is like probably.
Don't say 45.
Yeah. 50, 45, 50.
Damn it.
45, 50.
But his name was like Clint something. I don't know.
No. It was like my height, whatever. And so we made it to where the rules were, it was to 21 all ones, and it was you make it and then losers out. So like you had to play defense afterwards. So it's going to be a long game.
Mm-hmm.
So I hire. So then that 25,000 gets booked instantly, and then other people now are piling on too because they're like, I'm dead. And
I assume you're at least decent at basketball.
Well, I had played like as a kid in like rec leagues or whatever, but I haven't picked up basketball in like 15, 20
Why
years.
would you agree to this? I don't care how old this 45-year-old was. Like,
I mean, whatever. So I was like, I'm not letting this old guy beat me. Like, fuck that. And I goes 5 years ago. So I was like 31 and he was probably like late 40s, early 50s.
let's just call him 60.
No, definitely not 60.
Oh, sounds like you lost.
Right, yeah. No.
He definitely lost, but like I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bit younger. Like,
so I go and then people are piling on and I'm like, well, I'm just going to get a basketball coach and train for this.
Nice.
Because like I
how
have
long
like
did you
a
have?
month.
Sorry.
So I had like, this is probably in March-ish and it's late May.
Okay.
So like I have like probably a good month and a half.
So you were in Florida. It was going to be here then, or in?
No, this was
LA?
in Myrtle Beach, but I like had flown back. I was like living at LA at the time. So I like was living in LA playing Commerce, whatever. But then I like found a trainer just like randomly on like Upwork or one of those ones that was doing that. Super cool dude. And I like explained to him, he thought I was nuts and whatever. But I'm like, you know, this money's well worth it. I was awful. Awful. Like,
did your coach bet the other side?
Did you get a lot better?
No, but he was like, we can get you there. Like, you know, as long as this guy's not a superstar, you know, we can get you there. So I like go all out for this. Like, like it's a lot of money and I want to win. Like really bad. More than the money. I want to win the money, but I also like really want to win. So I like train like 5 days a week, you know, like I'm like 3 days on with him, 3 days at the gym, like putting all my effort into this. So the end up final tally was like 35-ish thousand that was bet on it that I took on it. I beat him 21-4.
Oh
shit.
Fuck yeah. Put him in the ground.
Yeah.
That's not where I thought this was going to end.
Right, yeah. I beat him 21-4, like just absolutely annihilated him.
Did your coach show up for the match, or was the coach in LA?
No, the coach was in LA.
Okay, all right.
But I went back and I gave him an additional $1,000 and he was like in tears.
Oh,
so like,
that is nice.
You know, and it's like, he's going to give it to the kids that he, you know, for, you know, whatever basketballs and shoes and whatever. I was like,
did you snatch it back once you found out he wasn't going to like spend it on hookers and blow?
Yeah, no. So I was like,
all right, to
you
the
earned
kids.
it. Because like from where I was to where I am now was, yeah. So that was a really, really good one.
I really, really want this coach to like use you as a poster child, just literally a full-size photo of you and just be like, I made him into a guy that could win $35,000 playing basketball. Come join the camp.
Yeah,
he no longer qualifies for amateur basketball tournaments because he made all this money.
Yeah. So we, that was a really, really fun one. They tried to get me to walk around Lake Tahoe.
Oh, Savage was talking about this.
Yeah,
right?
no. And I that was a hard pass for me. I was like, no, 72 miles. No chance. Zero. There's not enough money for me to train to go and do that. And
didn't someone come up to us like immediately after that and just be like, it's doable. They can.
Yeah, there's like a road, I guess. Like if you go.
Well, no, there is. But then one of the interesting things was people had brought up that there were bears, and I was like, oh, fuck that.
Not the bears. They can come on the road.
On top of the whatever.
Not the 75 miles
right,
but like
exactly.
bears. That's your concern. Gotcha.
Yeah, just a little funny add-on in that.
All right. Well, I mean, we could talk like stories all day long.
Go, but yeah.
Fuck. Now I don't. No, like let's talk about your bracelet at least.
Okay.
And then we can go back. I promise.
I got a good story with that too, but
we love good stories. That's all we want to hear.
Wait, related to your bracelet?
Yeah, after, but yeah.
Oh,
okay.
After.
Well, let's start. For those that don't know, and let me see if I can recall myself. I think it was the Monster Sack in like 2021.
Yeah, it was the November series. I missed the Rio.
The post COVID.
Until the Rio was gone, you don't understand how good it was it was there.
I've had this conversation so many times, and people like they look at me sideways, like, where it is now fucking sucks.
It's awful. It's a pain in the ass.
Like Rio was kind of nice. Like the parking lot's right there. You can go back and forth to your car.
You can go to Spring Mountain, whatever.
Exactly. You can go on dinner break. You can actually go eat somewhere else. It's reasonable.
Right.
Oh my
exactly.
Gosh. Either way. Yeah, right. I agree with you. It's sad to think that like I miss the Rio, but I miss the Rio a lot.
My first summer, I stayed at Gold Coast the whole summer and walked across the street every day.
That's sharp, I think.
Yeah.
It really is.
And they got that ping pong or whatever.
Ping pong, yeah.
Ping pong.
Ping pong.
Din Tai Fung.
It sounds racist when you say it. All right.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant. All right, so you play the monster stack. I heard a rumor that you were down to 1.5 big blinds at some point.
I was
on late stages of the tournament.
So whatever. I've had a decent amount of. I play mainly more cash games than tournaments by a large factor. But like during the World Series, I'll play tournaments and all of that. So I have a lot of like 9th to 20th, finishes, whatever. So there's like 14 left. Another one of the hands I remember. I think this is probably number 4. If we're keeping track.
We're hitting them all.
Can't remember which hands I remember.
Right. I get in 9s versus Ace Queen for the chip lead. And I River Queen clean. River Queen. I'm like, oh, this is happening again. This was for 20 million when 4-handed I had less than 20 million.
Oh shit.
Oh wow. Okay.
So like
it was a massive chip lead, not just a chip lead.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
It was a fuck you chip lead.
Right, yeah. It was a spot where you probably shouldn't have called off with Ace Queen, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
He put you on 9s and said,
right, yeah, exactly. Right. Fuck you. That's why.
Fuck you, that's why. That's right.
So I get down to 1.5 blinds, and luckily it's big blind ante, and I win the next hand, and it kind of just spins up from there. 6 left. I get in. I mean, tournaments are just all about sun running. It's like, yeah, cool. Okay, you won 3 flips in a row. Right, yeah. I won 3 flips in a row. That time they picked me, Other times they didn't, whatever. 6 left. I get all in 7s versus Jack. Spike a 7. The winning card actually was 7 too for me, which is kind of cool. There were a lot of 7s, like in all in situations. I had Jack 7 versus Jack 10, hit a 7. Like all the way down was like 7, 7, 7, 7. It was like a slot machine.
Were people commenting at the table?
No, I mean,
just in your head.
Yeah.
You just look at down at 1-7, you're like, this is the one. Yeah.
Right. So I ended up playing heads up against Ryan Lang, and the deck he had like 70 or 80% of the chips in play 4-handed. Was insane. But I knocked out 4th. Like we came back from break and we all had under like 12 to 8 blinds, the 3 of us.
I got you.
And Ryan had all the chips.
Yeah. Like, was Ryan the one you had lost the 9s to Ace Queen against?
No.
Oh, that was somebody else.
No, somebody else.
Okay.
Ryan's a good player too.
Yeah.
Sicko.
Very good. So I luckily, like the first hand from break, I come back, I knock out 4th place, then knock out 3rd place, and then Ryan has me 2-1 heads up, and then the deck just hit me in the face and he couldn't win. So
yeah, I assume no deals were made or anything like that.
No, I didn't even consider.
Okay,
it's like that.
I mean, not quite it's not near absurd as like the one you were talking about, the whatever, the $150 tournament, but like I think first was what, little over 600.
Yeah, and
the second was like 350 or something.
380, I think.
Yeah. That's quite the jump for a $1,500 tournament just by itself.
I mean, kind of when you're in a 5 or 6 day tournament, I don't know in the main event, so sorry I haven't made it that far. But in this particular tournament, you're just kind of like locked in. Like it didn't even cross my mind to where I was just like, I want to win. So like that was my only focus, and like, yeah, it's great having, a new high score, especially for someone who doesn't play a bunch of tournaments, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, and then kind of went on a bender after that. Yeah, so don't remember a lot of it, but there was a lot of partying, strippers, drugs, whatever.
Yeah,
all of it. The standard thing when you win a bracelet.
Yeah,
just
or sometimes right before.
Right. Yeah.
One of our guests was never mind. I don't know if I should say it.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Well, the one that refused to like bring it up. Like whatever. I'll talk to you later. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think I know.
Yeah.
So whatever, 2 or 3 days later,
Whenever the
Tyler
vendor ended.
Patterson and Brian Brubaker are telling me, hey, we're going to go to Circa Swim on Sunday. Like, you need to be there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Saturday, out all night, whatever, get to bed at 5 a.m., hungover. And then I get a call like at 11 or noon from Tyler. He's like, you need to be down here. I'm like, dude, I'm sleeping. Like, fuck you. And he's like, no, I'm going to come get you if you don't come. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, okay, fuck it. I was living at Turnberry Towers.
Okay.
At the time. So I'd moved to Vegas September. Like, I was always going back and forth, but I had like actually got a place September 2021, and then November won the bracelet. So I was there, and he's like, I'm like, okay, I'll just throw on a swimsuit. I'll go down there. There's like 30 people there. They have the like presidential suite for my bracelet party win.
Gotcha.
And champagne shower and all the nonsense. And they're like, here's the bill.
You have to be here.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
To pay for it.
Right. Yeah. Right. And here's the bill.
It's like the rookie dinner or whatever.
Right, yeah. Little rookie
NFL.
tax. Yeah. Exactly.
Do you remember how much the bill was?
I think it wasn't too bad. One of the people there, actually, we'll just refer to him as the old guy. He had a
40,
hookup.
47?
47, 48, 51,
Yeah.
whatever.
Gross.
He had a hookup at Circa, so we got like a pretty good discount on it. So it was like 15,000.
Still not what you want to get out of bed for.
But it could have been like 30. You
Sure.
see these prices at
Yeah.
clubs and stuff. You're like,
I know, but when you start with 15, I'm like, oh, 1,500. That's not bad at all. Yeah.
Not bad. $15,000.
right, yeah,
We added some delayed swaps to the victory.
Right.
For your friend.
yeah, exactly. I mean, there was 30 people there, so it's not like it was
Yeah.
a small.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Right, yeah. So we, that was a lot of fun and that, and then, yeah, I mean, I like playing tournaments during the World Series, but I don't like have to play. Like I'm not like I need to be there day in and day out and obsessed like trying to chase glory and fame and all that.
Yeah. What's your day to day since then? You play like live cash mixed or?
So, whatever we'll call it, the next 3 or 4 years, that's what I did. Got introduced to Crazy Mike,
Heard of him.
staple in the Vegas scene, also Table One podcast guest. So I started playing mixed with all of them, and that was like 2 and 400, 3 and 600 in that range for the last couple of years since I'd won. Like now I'm kind of pumped up. I, kind of know what I'm doing now, I guess. Maybe
Sure.
not still. Who knows?
Yeah, but fake it till you make it, baby.
Right, exactly.
Who cares?
I've hit a couple of cards that have, changed my life. So it's like you like are getting these like big spots and you're like, and you lose them, but you don't remember all the ones that like got you there. So it's like, yeah, I might be annoyed in the moment or whatever, but I like you looking back on it all and you're like, no, like,
Yeah. I ace queen versus king someone and
Right.
don't even remember
it. Right, exactly. Right. I don't even know how many beats I put on people to win the monster stack, like on day 1, day 2, day 3. I don't remember any of those ones or whatever. But so yeah, I played a bunch. I've played 0 poker in 2026. Not one hand.
Congrats.
That's
Yes.
sexy.
Yeah.
Right. Not one. That'll change probably in a couple of weeks, but so I bought a 43-acre farm in North Carolina.
That's right
I
where
love
I
it.
was expecting this
Right.
to go.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I bought a
First question. Why?
right. Yeah. So me and my girlfriend always also didn't want to be in Vegas full time, like regardless.
Okay.
Just not our cup of tea, I would say, like, whatever.
Yeah, because you
Wake
don't
up.
like big pieces of shit in your tea. I get it. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
with you.
Were you guys together
Take them.
pre-Monster Stack or is this more
No,
recent?
after.
Okay.
Yeah. Since 2020.
Oh, she sounds cute.
Yeah. She's great.
Jesus.
My
yeah.
wife's cute.
So yeah, actually, when I first met her, we went on a road trip together and we had gone through Asheville, North Carolina. That's where our farm's an hour outside of there, middle of nowhere. Town's like 3,000 people.
Okay.
but we had stopped there, and on our road trip, we had stopped in Asheville, loved it, surrounding areas. Went back a couple more times after that because we enjoyed it, and we were both like, let's try something new. Like, we're late 30s. Like, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, if we hate it, we'll sell it and, move on and like give it a try. Everyone thinks I'm absolutely bonkers and crazy and whatever. And they might be true. It might be right.
I fucking love it for you, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of farm is it?
So we have 43 acres. We have 7 cows right now. So we have a lot of pastures. It's basically a blank slate. We're building a greenhouse right now. We're in the middle.
So it's not like you went into like an operating business and like bought a fucking
no. This is just no. This is just a property with a house. And so the previous owners were horse people. So there's a big barn and stables and whatever. But so it's a blank slate. We can do whatever we want with it.
And when did you get it?
We closed in December and we moved there in January. We drove across the country.
So this is very recent.
So it's a good time you guys had me on because it's a major lifestyle change, which we love. I mean, we're absolutely stoked. Like when I came back to Vegas and the first day that I woke up, it was like, whatever, 6:30. You could not get me up at 6:30 to like for the life of me for the first 35 years of my life. But I just wake up naturally at 6:30, no alarm. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, normally we have like stuff to do. It's not like the feeding animals and stuff, but it's like, there's just a lot of stuff to do to get it ready and
23
livable.
acres. Oh my God.
Right. Exactly. Right. So like, whatever, get on the ATV and go down. And there was like some, just some examples. There was like some weeds growing in the pasture that, I had to dig up and whatever. And like trees needed to be pruned and that kind of stuff. And, we have asparagus, blueberries, and blackberry raspberries, starting to grow now. One of the prime actually catalysts of this, and we're going to start when I get back, was I wanted to be a beekeeper. So that's kind of where we're at. That's going to start in July because I didn't want to start it knowing that I was going to come back in May and June and be gone. I want to start that in July, like when I know I'm going to be there the rest of the year.
You don't want to be all stung up before the...
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So why beekeeping? Like my wife took bees and beekeeping in college or whatever, and she has a soft spot for bees in her heart now.
I mean, without bees, we're all dead.
Well, I mean, yes. Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, I love honey, first of all. Okay, and like,
you're winning the bet.
Yes,
I get it.
There's a really good farmer's market in downtown Summerlin, and that guy sells amazing honey.
Okay.
But like that kind of piqued my interest, and I started reading books about it and like learning all the different ins and outs of it. But I still haven't started yet. But it's kind of nice learning something new. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I can go sit out, on our patio and just kind of, I mean, we have, blue skies, trees everywhere. You get all 4 seasons, October, September, where we haven't been there full time yet, when like the leaves change, like this massive in that area.
It's so pretty there.
Right. So we're unbelievably like things that would like if, whatever, like a pipe leaking or whatever, like if that happened in Vegas, I would be unbelievably annoyed. I'm like, let's figure out how to fix this. So it's like, I'm also learning a brand new skill set too, which is like kind of good because I knew nothing. Like, like screwdriver, that I like my level of knowledge.
Was she like a country girl and she's teaching you, or you're both learning together?
She knows a lot.
Okay.
In comparison to me. Yeah. But so, she kind of wanted the like homestead lifestyle. I really like bees, and we were like, fuck it, like let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? We hate it, And it's like I would regret not doing it. I would rather fail than not do it and wonder. And so, and like Vegas is always here. Poker's always going to be here. Like,
someone once told me that if you're making a decision, you should pick the one that ends in the better story or could end in the better story.
Right, exactly. Worst case scenario, I look crazy and it's like, yeah, you guys were right. I was crazy. Okay, cool. I'm crazy.
Yeah. If I tried it.
Right, exactly. So right now we absolutely love it. I mean, there's a lot going on there. She's there right now. She'll come in the summer. Her aunt's going to stay there for the summer. But I mean, long term, I don't really see ourselves here, but I mean, it's still
Sure.
Vegas is a big part of our life, and we're still going to be here in some capacity.
So are you here now through the end of the summer, you think?
Yeah, I mean,
Unless a pipe bursts?
until I can't take it anymore. If I'm like 2 weeks in, I'm like fuck this, then I'm just going to leave.
Are you you have a full schedule planned then of tournaments, or you're just going to play it by ear? What's the deal?
I mean, I want to say that I want to play. Like, I feel like I'm like going into most summers, I'm like, oh, it's just like, okay, I'm going to like go and try. Like last summer was great. I like played a bunch of golf and went out to some nice dinners with friends and didn't like push playing, which was great. But having not played, I kind of have that itch to like, okay, I'm just going to go like all in for 6 weeks and then I'll just be done for the rest of the year. It's great. So that's my plan. I don't want to hold anyone to that.
So
but
no one should draft you in the fantasy.
Right. Well,
25K
last year I
fantasy
told
league?
everybody don't do it because I don't want to play.
Yeah.
So
maybe worth $1, little dart throw.
this year, I think yes.
All right.
But there is always that slight possibility. But
If the bees are calling,
well, they haven't set up. That's a reason why they're not set up yet. Is I'm not forced to go back.
I don't even know how you start beekeeping. Like, I mean, you can't just capture one and be like, find more.
No, you buy. So you buy.
Mike,
people
if you,
sell hives.
If you make a final table, we are going to buy some bee costumes for your rail. That's all I know.
Okay.
Lots of them.
Full schedule. Locked it in. I don't care if I'm 0 for 40
Every time
or
your winds
whatever.
The beehive is buzzing for Noori.
Yeah. So, actually, funny story about that. So, I like played no high stakes tournaments until like 2019 or whatever. But 1 year, so 2013 fantasy draft, Cary Katz drafted me. Didn't know who I was, but I think someone recommended, say, hey, this person will play, whatever. I had no idea who he was, any of that. He probably doesn't remember this at all.
I have a feeling I may have drafted you.
Right.
I was his
whatever, someone
stead. Like, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, hey, maybe that was you.
I think it very well could have been.
Right. So he had like put me in a bunch of the tournaments. And back then it was, I believe that was the year that it was 5Ks main events, like for the mixed game things, then 10Ks. And then, then they were like, this is too small. Like, we need to make it bigger, whatever. So, but that year I went like 2 for 50 or whatever. And then was like, I'm not playing.
Sorry, Cary.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he can afford it.
That he can. But he definitely didn't ask me to draft for him anymore after that.
Right. Exactly. So partly your fault too. But, so then I didn't really have that much. Like back then I was okay. Like at the World Series going and playing like they had 75, 150, 08 and that ran forever.
Yeah.
So like the World Series is kind of a shell of honestly what it was. Like back then there was one tournament. I mean, I'm even late to the real crowd of like the early 2000s. But back then, like whatever, we'd get a house with a bunch of friends, do that. Like there was one tournament. So like, in the afternoon, the structures were better too, by the way, because you were out like in the beginning, it was faster, but anything late deep stages was super deep. Like where most of these, some random name.
Now. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Start monster stack with 50,000 chips and then everyone's whatever.
That one's a deep tournament, but like, do the 800 ultra deep stack, whatever. That's just the turbo flip fest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So with that, it's just like, I started playing higher stakes tournaments like 2019, 2021, but I like tournaments, but I don't love them. But maybe this year I'm just going to go win and crush because
you don't need to, right?
Right, exactly.
It's always when we don't want it or need it that it happens.
Exactly.
Unless you are all in on one friend and have half of them in a giant ass tournament for $150.
Yeah.
And then it works out sometimes.
Whatever it will be.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Well, if people do want to follow the buzz this summer, do you have a Twitter account? Or
at Mike Noori for both. Yeah. I mean, I think maybe we might start we've toyed around on the idea of doing some farm content, but we'll see. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, fuck. The first 5 months have been a whirlwind. You thought there were like scammers in the poker world. There's also scammers in North Carolina too.
Yeah, we need the story before we end.
Did you get scammed or only attempted to get scammed?
No, I got scammed.
Oh, what happened?
But I mean, you live and you learn. I paid for appliances for our kitchen to get new appliances in our kitchen. And he had done some work for us previously on some small jobs, but he's like, hey, I can use my Lowe's Pros account. We plugged it in our end. It was 24,000. And then he plugged it in and showed on his phone 19,000. We're like, okay,
win-win.
sure. Right. Exactly.
5K,
right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Here. Oh, see you later.
He disappeared like a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's simple enough.
I was saying,
Right. I mean,
that's a
you live
simple
and you
scam for
learn.
a simple man there. That's good.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, you always, what do they say? You can't con an honest man because, if you hadn't tried to get the discount, you couldn't have got scammed. I had the same thing once. I was like renting an RV or something on one of those Uber for RV type sites.
Right.
And the guy's like, oh, we can do this privately. And, we'll save the 30% that the site takes. I'm like, great. Sounds perfect. And then, send them the money and show up to some stranger's house and they come out in their underwear like, I don't have an RV for you, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah. So yeah, but we've met some really, really good, genuine people out there. So I don't want to give that area a bad rap because we absolutely love it. And there's been fantastic people out there. Right. Exactly. Everyone says I'm the opposite of the Beverly Hillbillies. They came out west. I'm doing the reverse.
You're the city slickers. You're coming
exactly.
into
City slickers. There you go. That's good.
Oh, I've seen some people like come up and they're like, I have them come up and do work, and then I come outside the house and they're like, "This is not what we expected."
Where are your overalls, sir?
Right. Well, just in general. So yeah, but learning, understanding like how to work with contractors, like what to do with them, like how to talk to them, have like some base knowledge because like. A plumber comes in and is like, yeah, this is going to cost $8,000. I'm like, well, what do I have that to compare to? How do I even know that this is the issue? And this is like a huge thing in like construction that I had no idea about. It's like, well, you got to get multiple quotes. You got to get referrals. This guy trusts this guy, because like their name in the actual town matters. Like you don't want people from outside the town coming in because like what happened, they're there and then they're gone.
That's true. I thought everything was cheaper when I was growing up in North Carolina because like either my stepdad knew somebody or my friend's dad knew somebody, and it was just easy. It was just like, wait, I can fix my car for how much? That sounds super cheap. Like that is nice.
But, I mean, sometimes the cheap becomes expensive.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
You got one for the road? I feel like we got a couple minutes left. If you want one more prop or one D-Gen story, we do always ask for one at the end.
And
once we get the guests warmed up, nice and
yeah,
lubed
right,
up.
exactly, ready to go.
no pressure. We can just end it right now.
Tell me your best story. Go.
Yeah, I mean, we've had golf bets like that were like the Lucky You, Huck Cheever deal where you had to play 72. It's based on Eric Lindgren.
That's right. Lindgren had to play like 72 holes and
break
shoot 80 like
and walk the whole thing.
Yeah, in the dead of summer. Like Lucky
Dead
You.
of summer.
Yeah, Eric Bana's. I think Eric.
Didn't Huck C do the same thing, or he did a similar thing? Probably a little bit more intense.
Maybe
Whatever.
we just assume every prop bet Huck C's done. That's
right.
But it was definitely Lindgren that did it.
I tried and it was an epic fail.
Okay.
And I only had to break like 100. And
what was the course?
Fail. It was Bears Best.
Okay, all right. It's actually quite a nice course. I like that course a lot.
It's gone now.
Oh, that's sad.
Everything you like is gone and going.
Well, they turned it into private and completely redo. So, yeah.
All right. Well, on that happy note, that's the pod.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Noori.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They never catching us slacking. Me and my buddy.